Mr. Johnson next door too.
Okay, does anybody represent Castro Oliveras? I just don't doubt what happened. Please, please don't. My Zoom just shut down. Let's go back.
It says streaming live on YouTube on my end.
Yeah, I know. For some reason it shut down and started back up. I have no idea. All right, so I have Miss Underwood in my waiting room. Castro Oliveras and Pedro. Let's see here.
Neither of those are mine.
And it's Matt Murphy, Castro Oliveras.
Oh, wait a minute. Castro Oliveras is mine.
Good.
That's
I
a
still don't- Mr. Hartung.
show cause, I think.
Okay, let me let him in. We have a show cause on.
Yeah.
I have today as a pretrial on Castro Oliveras, and he's set for trial January 11th.
There is a pretrial today, Your Honor, for Mr. Oliveras, with Mr. Dager Margosian, and I will step in and handle that, Your Honor. Mr. Dager Margosian, I know, is in trial prop.
With me at 11.
Yes,
Yep.
I know.
Yep. All right, let's get Mr. Oliveras connected to audio.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Oliveras. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Castro Cash Oliveras. We have two files. We have file number 23-21358FH and 23-21499FH. Today I have Rhonda Underwood appearing for Michael Dagger Margosian on this file, and I have Douglas Hartung appearing from the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office. This is a date and time set for pretrial. Ms. Underwood, I understand that Mr. Dagger Margosian is in jury trial right now, and you are covering this pretrial. And how do you wish to proceed with Mr. Oliveras today?
Your Honor, I would just ask that this matter be set out for another pretrial in a couple weeks, Your Honor.
All right, my next available pretrial is January 31 at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And Ms.
Thank you,
Underwood,
Your Honor.
can you do the stip in order to adjourn?
I will do the stip in order with the permission of the prosecutor.
Mr. Hartung?
You can absolutely say my name, Miss Underwood.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So Mr. Oliveras, thank you. We'll see you back on January 31 at 8:15 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Miss Underwood, by the way, I know you waived him, but Mr. Tyndall, Cheyenne Tyndall, showed up yesterday morning promptly at 8 o'clock.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so.
Very good.
All right, is there, no. All right, Rhonda, I don't think I have, are you covering for all of Michael's cases?
I thought there was only Mr.
One.
Oliveras and Mr. Eichler.
All right, looks like we're done then. And here's Mr. Dagger.
Are those the
Margosian.
only ones that Michael has?
Well, I have Michael now, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Rodney Weaver's campus, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in the waiting room. Do we know who that is? Is that a campus?
I'm guessing it's Braxton. That's right.
Okay,
I don't know.
all right, Mr. Dagger Margosian.
Morning,
Good morning. Miss Underwood stepped in for you on behalf of Mr. Oliveras, and we set it for another pre-trial on January 31 at 8:30 in the morning.
Is that for, because there was a possible violation of probation as well, I believe. Unless
Well,
that
I
was,
sent them both over to that day.
okay, I'm sorry, what was the day?
January, I had them both for pre-trials. I didn't have any notes on a violation. January 31 at 8:30.
That's fine. Okay, thank you so much.
And then I think I don't have anything else with you till about 11 then.
Okay.
Thank
okay.
you. Send the other attorneys to me though, if you go down to Judge Olsavers.
Will do, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Evelyn Bell, want to come up to the podium, please? Mr. Daly, I think the jail's getting Mr. Ladd. I think.
I have paperwork right here for you.
Well, hold on a minute. I don't have your paperwork, so give me 1 second. This must be you. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Evelyn Marie Bell, file number 22-21148FH. This is a notice to appear, let's see. Violation of probation. This must be a district court form because I'm not seeing this form. All right, so, okay. All right, so. Becky, is this a district court form that's generated or no?
Yes, and I just handed you a loose document too.
You did, but that was on Robeson, wasn't it?
Oh, nope, there should be a Bell and a Jeffords.
Well, I think I promptly lost that already. Hey, did I send it back? No, what is this? No, this is Kimbrough. Yeah, I've lost it already, Becky. I don't know how I can lose stuff, but I like don't move more than 2 feet. Nothing. I got this. Pretty good. It's not there. This is the files I did. There is. This is Kimbrough. Did I give it back to you with them? Is it in my document? No, it's not in my docket. Is it in here? You? Joanne, is there anything on the floor?
No, there's not.
Jeff, are you stealing paperwork?
No, today.
It's not under your packet. No, what, Josh Kimbrough? No, that is. Nope, I'm. All right, so Ms. Bell, have a seat, because I gotta find your paperwork, all right?
Is there, can I have him hand you this right here? These are copies for you.
No, just have a seat, and we'll do it all at once, all right? Because I'll probably lose that. All right, so, all right, Mr. Ladd, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary Lawrence Allen Ladd, file number 23-21646FH. I have James Daly appearing on behalf of Mr. Ladd, and I have Douglas Hartung appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time set for arraignment. Mr. Daly, do you waive the reading of the felony information?
Yes, we'd waive the reading of the felony information. Mr. Ladd would plead not guilty at this time, Your Honor. But again, I would indicate that we're attempting, or I'm attempting right now to put all of these files together. Mr. Ladd has indicated to me that he wants to put this part of his life behind him and deal with some self-improvement issues. That's what he's indicated he wants to do. And in order to do that, we're going to have to put all of these trials together and get a resolution. That hasn't happened yet, but I think it will shortly.
Does he have a court date for his other files? That I can set this over to together? Or I can check Miss Adams.
Looking, Judge.
Prosecutors other than
January
Mr.
17th at 8 a.m. is a pretrial.
Do you want me to set this over to January 17th with his other files?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. So I will enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of Mr. Ladd, and I will set this for a pretrial on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Daly, because it's arraignment, my staff will prepare the notice of hearing and your bonds continue. Thank you, Mr. Ladd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Miss, give Goldstein, so I need Kenneth Armstrong. Hi, this is Judge Anzalone. I have jail window 1 open. I wondered if I could get Kenneth Armstrong.
Kenneth Armstrong next?
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Your Honor, do you have me for anything right now? Otherwise, I'll
No,
go
I
over
have-
to just.
Yeah, I have some pickups, but I'm not even gonna look at them till after I don't know, when we recess
That's
on
fine,
trial
Your
or something.
Honor. I'll go over to Judge Olsavers.
All right, send the other PDs back though.
I will send them, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, anybody in here have Matt Murphy as their attorney? No.
Matt's the one I'm waiting on, Judge, with Mr. Rowe.
Mr. Rose in jail, so. Mr. Murphy, I have Pedro Hernandez in my waiting room.
We could probably proceed on the record whenever the court's ready for that, Your Honor.
Okay,
Unless he
thank
wants
you.
to speak to me in a breakout.
I don't have much time for any breakouts today, but he's not in jail, so that's at least better. Okay.
I know that Ms. Brenner is waiting
Right.
for Mr. Rowe.
So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Pedro Hernandez, file number 23-21526FH, and Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Hernandez. And in about 2 seconds, I will have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pretrial. Mr. Murphy, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Hernandez?
Your Honor, I didn't know if Mr. Hernandez wanted to speak to me again in a breakout. I spoke to him yesterday. From our understanding in regards to the matter, Mr. Hernandez does not want to accept the offer from the prosecution. He's actually told me yesterday he's trying to seek out the ability or see if he has the ability to retain counsel in this matter. So I was going to ask to set another pretrial if the prosecution doesn't object, for a chance to see if Mr. Hernandez can retain counsel and to see at that point if we need to set a trial then. I didn't want to set a trial right now with with him maybe but retaining counsel.
All right, so Mr. Bayonetto, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to set this over for pretrial on January 31st at 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Murphy, if you could do the stipend order to adjourn, and Mr. Bayonetto, can you sign your name with permission?
Yes, you can, Your Honor.
All
We'll have it
right,
prepared, Your
and-
Honor. Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Hernandez, at that time, you either should have hired counsel or we will set a jury trial date, all right?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
Hey, Murphy.
Mr.
Mr.
Hernandez,
Can I
Malalo,
speak?
no, you're.
I'll
go
talk to
ahead
you
and
later
call
today.
his
Okay, I'll call you.
office. All right, let's find out who I have with. Any luck on the paperwork? Okay, how can I not have reports? Let's see. Is it my, it's just a report, right? It's a 2 violation of probation. Yes, I know, I saw him. Who was it for? All right. All right, so I have a young man, in Mr. Weaver's office. Can I have your last name, please?
Mendoza.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Armstrong. We'll grab all your files, and I still have Mr. Goldstein. No, I might have, yes, I do have Mr. Goldstein. He might be in another court though, so.
No, I'm here, Judge. The only thing I have this, I don't have anything in front of Judge Alsaver this morning.
Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kenneth James Armstrong. We have file number 23-21474FH, 23-21475FH, 23-21476FH, 23-21477FH, 23-21478FH, 23-21549FC. No, that's Mr. Malaro's file. Those were all David Goldstein's files. And then Mr. Malaro, I have you on 23-21549FC, 23-21550FH, and then also on the PPO file 23-50607PP. So Mr. Goldstein and Mr. Malaro, how do you wish to proceed today?
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Malaro and I have both been communicating with the prosecutor's office and with Mr. Armstrong. And I think I'll speak for my cases, and Mr. Malaro can chime in when he's ready. The offers made by the people to my client have not been acceptable. And we've been trying to see if they'd be willing to reconsider their offer. But at this point in time, Mr. Armstrong has not accepted the offers that were made, at least in my files.
Okay, Mr. Malaro.
Along those lines, Your Honor, you know, it's hard for 2 lawyers to get together, but now we're trying to get 4 lawyers on these files together. We've been doing some email communication, but I think we need to adjourn my files out one more time to see if we can't, the 4 of us attorneys can't get together, and then if this can be resolved, fine. If not, put my files on a trial track anyway.
So Miss Adams, I'm looking for 1 hour to do a bench conference in person.
Your Honor, I'm going to be in Adrian next Wednesday. I do have something in front of Judge Morgan that morning, but I can make myself available at some point that morning.
Miss Adams, does Wednesday, do I have something available at like 11?
You have an hour evidentiary at 11. You have a motion at 10:30.
So why don't we set this for 11? I just need the 4 of you.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. I just need the 4 of you to sit down in my jury room and figure this out. So is 11 o'clock acceptable to both prosecutors and defense attorneys next Wednesday?
Your Honor, earlier would be, I've got an exam in front of Judge Morgan. I don't know exactly when it's going to go, sometime that morning, but I suspect if I could, 8 o'clock would be better for me.
On a Wednesday?
Yes.
But I have all the attorneys in the courtroom, so that doesn't really work for everybody to leave because we go from 8 to 11.
Yeah.
Well, looks like next week, it's Mr. Sneed and Mr. McCready on these cases, right?
Yes.
Mr. Sneed's on my cases, yes.
Yeah, they are not in next Wednesday.
Okay, so when is the next time you're here, Mr. Goldstein? Don't you have some trials coming up with me?
Well, the one trial theoretically is going to go away when we do the plea on Rosenberg this morning, so that morning might be available.
What day was that?
3rd and 4th?
Of January?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Adams, the 3rd at 11 or the 4th at 8 a.m.?
The 3rd at 11 would be perfect.
How
Okay,
about January 3rd at 11 a.m.?
done.
And
Good
that's
for me,
gonna be
Your Honor.
in person, so it'll be a bench conference on all files, January 3rd at 11 a.m. You can just meet in my jury room, all right?
That's fine, Judge. Thank you. In person.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, and and I need stipend orders on all these, so it'll be a bench conference and pretrial conference. So I'll need a stipend order on all these files, all
Your
right?
Honor,
I'll,
should we have Mr. Armstrong brought over in person as well?
Sure,
Okay.
all right,
I'll do the stips and orders in my files.
okay, great, thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right, you're all set, Mr. Armstrong. I'll see you back on that day. Mr. Armstrong, could you let the jail know I would like to see, hold on. Let's see, who do I have? How about, John Madison?
Madison, yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so. Ms. Bell, I have now paperwork, so step up to the podium. Okay. I need some paperwork, so my bailiff will come get that.
And she can keep this, please make sure I make copies of that, but that's,
All right, so don't,
I'm sorry, here's these.
so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Evelyn Bell, file number 22-21148FH. Ms. Bell, we are here on a request and summons for probation violation, which had alleged that you failed to submit to drug testing at Lenawee Drug and Alcohol Monitoring, failed to report to probation for the month of November and December, and you failed to pay fines and costs totaling $1,985. I have been handed, well, notice that,
My nails.
hold on, no. Okay, so having issues with mail and,
I guess Chris would need to cover it because of Isaac's trial.
Miss Arnold, can you mute yourself? So, and then it shows you had an injury at work. Okay, so do you understand the allegations against you are that you failed to submit to drug testing, failed to report to probation for December and November?
Yes.
And you failed to pay fines and
Yeah,
costs?
I
Do you understand the maximum penalty for this offense could be up to 1 year in jail?
Yes.
You have a right to have an attorney represent you at this and all subsequent hearings. If you can't afford to hire one, I can appoint you one at public expense. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you? All right, Miss Adams, what is the day next week I can set this over to?
Wednesday, December 27th.
What time?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.? Okay. So Ms. Bell, I'm going to put in a request for court appointed counsel on her plea of not guilty today. I'll set this over to December 27th at 10 a.m. Have a seat on that back bench right there. And then Ms. Adams will get you a notice of hearing. And I need you to make sure, have you been testing and reporting?
I'm getting ready, I just, the paperwork I was handing you, my checks were being sent back. So that's
Have you
why
been testing and
I'm
reporting?
doing it this, yes.
Have you reported?
I'm getting, yes.
Yes or no?
No, I'm getting ready to go downstairs and do it now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing all that and I'm paying on my fines and I'm doing my drug urine testing.
Okay, good. All right, have a seat right there. Yep, and they'll get you a notice of hearing.
All right.
Okay, so, is there a Jonathan Jeffords?
Yeah.
All right, why don't you come up to the podium? Push, yep, I'm gonna go stand right there. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jonathan Michael Jeffords, file number 21-20628FH. Mr. Jeffords, we are here today on a request and summons for probation violation. And it alleges that you failed to pay on your fines and costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and do you understand you're currently on probation for a 1-year misdemeanor? So if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, you could be facing up to 1 year in jail.
Yes, you're right.
Now, you do have the right to have an attorney represent you on this and all other hearings. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you?
No.
No, you want to proceed without an attorney? You know, you get one for free.
Judge, his mask needs to come down.
No,
No?
you're just gonna need to speak louder. He's wearing a mask because he's probably sick, so I don't want him to take his mask off.
Thank you, Judge.
So you need to like lean towards the microphone and speak a little bit louder for me, okay?
Okay.
So you understand when you're going to jail, you have a right to have an attorney.
Yes.
And and it's free, it's court appointed.
Yes, I wasn't satisfied with the representation that I had in the past.
Okay, so that's fine, but do you want an attorney today?
Yes.
Okay, so you live here in town. Okay, so Mr. Jeffords, we've got a busy day today. So what I'm gonna do is put a request for court appointed counsel in, okay?
I just want to proceed how we have it. I don't need an attorney. I don't.
Do you
want-
understand?
I don't want to be pressured into anything. I just want to proceed without the attorney.
Okay, you understand you could be going to jail today,
Yeah, absolutely.
and the recommendation is for jail.
That's not what my understanding was, but that's the outcome that I want.
It's not the outcome you want.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes.
You want to go to jail?
Yeah.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down, so you understand you do have a right to have an attorney represent you.
I understand.
Okay, and do you understand the maximum penalty for this offense
1
could
year.
be up to a year in jail?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Jeffords, do you understand that you do have a right to contest this violation of probation?
Yes.
Do you understand you have a right to have a trial and that throughout the trial you would be presumed innocent until your guilt is proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that you have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your trial? To ask those witnesses questions, ask them yourself, and to have me order any witnesses you might have to appear?
I don't believe there's any witnesses.
I gotta go through your advice of rights.
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
like your advice of rights, okay?
Cool.
All right, do you understand that though?
Yes.
Okay, you do not have to testify at your trial. No one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify?
Yes.
So how do you plead to the charge that you violated the terms of probation by failing to pay your fines and costs?
Guilty.
All right. Do you understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up the right to a trial, as I've already explained to you?
Yes.
Has anything been promised you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Has anybody threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, if I accept this plea, you'll be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, and that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Jeffords, you were placed on probation, and it was on a misdemeanor. And one of the terms of your probation was you were to pay your fines and costs, and you were to report as required for probation. Is that correct?
Right.
And have you paid it all on your fines and costs?
Very minimal.
Very minimal. Are you employed? Where do you work at?
Yes. I have a few different positions, like a few different jobs. So nothing like no corporate jobs, but I don't really want to discuss my employer.
Okay. How much do you take home a week?
Not enough.
Huh?
Not enough.
He needs to speak up. Judge,
You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
speak up a little bit. Not enough?
Yeah, not enough to pay my fines.
Okay, who do you live with?
I'm out on the street as of right now.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right. I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights and he does have competent he waived competent counsel. So, is there anything you'd like to say before the court passes sentence?
No.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is revoke and terminate your probation, and I'm going to sentence you to jail for 90 days. And I'll give you, did you serve any other jail before this? No? No? Okay, so it doesn't look like you get any credit for time served, but if I find out you went to jail for this at all, I'll give you credit for that, all right? Okay, so you do have the right to appeal this sentence, and we will send over to you your notice of right to appellate review. If you wish to appeal the sentence, you would have 42 days to mail the paperwork in, okay? All right?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so. Doug, could you approach? Young man, what is your name again?
Malachi.
Say it again.
Malachi Mendoza.
All right, Sam Malaro. All right, so this, Mr. Malaro, you with me?
I'm with you, Judge.
All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Malachi Landon Mendoza, file number 23-21591 FC. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Mr. Mendoza. This is the date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Malaro, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Mendoza?
General, I met with Mr. Mendoza yesterday and we had a thorough discussion of the plea offer. Mr. Mendoza has indicated to me that he's willing to accept the plea offer of a guilty plea to unarmed robbery, an agreement to designation of Holmes Youthful Trainee Act, and testify against.
Hold on one